We're going live, and we're just going to take a few minutes and chat.
I'm ready.
Before, you should see it pop up on your screen that's going live.
Huh?
Yep, we're live.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
My chance to be famous.
Is that a banana, Emily?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's what I saw too. It's like first she's in an Uber, now she's eating a
Yeah, I
banana.
know. When we were
Start
playing Italian
cooking
food
and
against
doing
the
dishes
Arizona-
next.
Pinnacle of professionalism right now.
All class.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to all of our viewers. I have to do this. It's mandated by everyone that does a YouTube live. I have to plug our channel. So if you are not already subscribed to Camp Amy Molson, I want to encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Not because we get anything out of it yet, but eventually we're going to actually start to make money from our YouTube channel because we have so much talent here that not necessarily in this Zoom chat, but we have a lot of talent as a whole as an organization. And so eventually we're going to start making like insane amount of money. We're going to stop like fundraising, right, Shauna?
That's the dream.
So we have something really special planned for you guys today, and this is just like a question and answer period. So over the last like month, I've been collecting questions from our Instagram and our Facebook page, and you guys have been really awesome in supplying those. And so now we have all this gold lined up, and basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna ask questions, and some of our staff members are gonna respond. Whichever staff members, I guess, are the most passionate about the questions. We're going to start with questions that you guys submitted, but at any time, if you're watching this live on YouTube, you can go ahead and use our live chat to submit a question, and we are going to try and get to it as quickly as possible. We don't want to have a hostage situation and be here live for the next 4 days, and so we're going to try and be as quick as possible, but at the same time, give you the highest quality of questions, because Camp Amy Molson, as you already know, is the greatest summer camp in Quebec, dare I say Canada. All right. So first up, wait, do you guys want to introduce yourself? Do you guys think that's necessary? Do you guys want to just, why don't you introduce yourselves? Why don't you starting with yours is first. So why don't you go on, Shauna? Just say hi.
Hi there. My name's Shauna, and I am the executive director at Camp Amy Molson.
Sweet. James, very concise. Good, Shauna. Good modeling.
Hi, my name is James. I'm the camp director at Camp Amy Molson.
Sweet. Pat.
Hi, my name is Pat. I am the program director at Camp Amy Molson.
All right, confident. We didn't send out your contract. David.
Hi, my name is David. I have a brief 15-minute introduction I'd like to read now about myself. Just kidding. I'm the junior section head at Camp Amy Molson.
Sweet. Emily.
I am Emily, and I'm the training director at Camp Amy Molson.
Sweet. Dylan.
I'm Dylan. I have been the senior section head at Camp Amy Molson.
In the past, he's been known to be a Kai man.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kai. I work with the farm, Young Roots Farm at Camp Amy Molson.
Yeah, sweet. Dana.
I am Dana.
Unlisted. All right, Laura.
Hi, I'm usually a lifeguard at Camp Amy Molson.
All right, I've made people nervous. They don't want to. Ali.
Hi, I'm Ali. I was a JC, hopefully a counselor next summer.
All right, sweet. So we're just going to dive right into it. I'm so excited. Okay, so Deacon asked the first question. Well, the first question on my list. So Deacon asked us, is camp opening next summer? Who wants to confidently answer that question?
That's a tough one. Deacon, those are the hard questions in life. I think right now everything is still kind of up in the air, but people are pretty confident that by the summer things will be more back to normal and camps can happen. It might be that less kids can come, but that some form of camp will happen in 2021.
Sweet. Anyone else want to chime in? Anyone else knows more than the executive director? All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Deeks, for that question. We had this is a really cool question from one of our alumni staff, and it was What are you most excited for? Like, what are you most excited to do, I guess, when camp reopens in 2021? So who wants to? David, Mitchell, and she got that, then Ali, and then Pat.
I really miss our special days. I miss like whenever we're fully loaded, we've got all like 150 or so campers, and we've got, you know, either Color War or Christmas or one of our amazing crazy special days going on. Just like the sheer fun and everything from those days. So I'm really looking forward to that whenever we're able to get that going again.
Sweet. All right, thanks, dude. Ali.
Color War. Hopefully I win this year, but Color War.
That is the right answer. Just kidding. There's no top. Patrick.
Yeah, I really am excited for that like first arrival day when you get to see everyone like after the summer ends coming back to camp, and you see like how people have grown and how they're excited. And now it's gonna be even like more exciting because we haven't seen, you know, some of these campers for like 2 summers now. So I'm pumped for that.
That's a really good point. You know, I think it's hard for all of us, right? Like when we go a year without seeing our campers, like when not all the campers come to the year-round events and stuff like that. And so it's usually a year. Now it's like 2 years. You know, it's going to be uncomfortable. And I'm sure there's going to be like restrictions. They're going to be like fighting the urge to get like in kids' faces. How are you doing? I miss you. You're so much bigger. You know,
high fives.
Oh. All right, sweet. Okay, so I got another question, and this question is like a very general question. So, how are you doing? And your families in the midst of COVID? So, who wants to go ahead and grab this question? Dana, Emily, and all right, we'll start with Dana and Emily.
I'm doing pretty good. My family's good. Everyone's healthy. My brother's having a baby. That's exciting. So I'm gonna be an aunt. Yeah, and we're doing good.
Nice. Emily, 9.5, eh?
9.5, that's the answer. We're doing good too. My family's doing good. I've been finding new ways because I'm a very affectionate and like huggy person, especially as you guys know. So I've been finding new ways to show my students, I work at a school, different ways of hugging and like affection, showing affection. So I think that's kind of hilarious. But like we do air hugs, you know, air side hugs.
you do what you have to. I get it. We adapt. Anyone else want to answer this question before we move? David, Mitchell, yeah.
I just want to add in quickly. I'm trying to get this to catch on, and maybe this is my opportunity. I think we should all be doing the high foot. You can't do the high five anymore, but the high foot is where you both kind of like stick out your feet and hop into each other. It's great. It's ridiculous, and I don't know why more people aren't doing it. So please spread the word. High foot. Everyone's doing it. All the cool people. You should be doing it too. High foot.
Yeah, I think I saw Trudeau actually do it at one of the summits. So I think it is catching on for sure. All right, David, I got another question. This one is specifically for you. So we had someone submit this question. David, how long does it take you to grow your beard out? Like it was legendary last summer. Like, I don't know if people saw, well, very few people didn't see it. But
I was actually born with this beard. I've had it my whole life. Yeah, I just came straight into the world looking exactly like this, and haven't trimmed it since. So some people are just born with it. You get lucky, you know.
Would you say that's a blessing or a curse?
It definitely both. You know, I like having a beard, but anytime I've wanted to go clean shaven, like if I want to be more aerodynamic for a race, I can't shave it off. It's stuck to my face. So it's, you know, both a blessing and a curse. But it is what it is. We all live with our different struggles, and this is one that I am both blessed and cursed to have.
I feel like there's a certain amount of street cred that comes into walking into kindergarten with a full-grown beard, you know, but at the same time, you know, getting in the way of coloring the blocks, it's knocking over the towers that you're constructing, and so.
Yeah, or, you know, I show up to kindergarten on the first day and kids confuse me for the teacher. And then, you know, I'm not even sure at that point. Everyone's looking to me for direction. So I just take charge of the class. The teacher's upset. I'm called to the principal's office, but, you know, it is what it is. I've gotten used to it by now. So.
Yeah, thank you for your honesty.
It takes a couple weeks. I'm just from it nowadays. I feel like I should throw another answer.
Yeah, you got people like nodding, like taking this down, like watching, like this. He's way too convincing right now. All right, our next question is, what is your favorite season? So we got Laura. Anyone else want to tackle favorite season? And Emily, and we'll start with Dylan. Yeah, you're good, Laura.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
I would have to say winter is my favorite season, just because I've always loved like the first snowfall. It's to me, it's just like a magical moment. I know science explains everything, but to me, I still think the snow is magic. Um, uh, but yeah, no, so I love it. And there's like skiing and stuff like that. It's always the best. And snowball fights, I would have to say, also a pretty big thing in my family as well, especially when we're shoveling stairs and everyone's all mad because we're shoveling the stairs. So I usually, get some snowballs, get people a bit happier about it. But yeah,
Nice.
winter has to be my favorite season.
Sweet, thanks. I think Emily, we were next.
Yeah,
Laura,
I'm the complete opposite. I was outside for like 5 minutes and hated the whole experience. It was so cold. So I love the summertime, obviously because of camp happens in the summer, but I am just a summer person. I think I should have been born on an island. I prefer the summer.
Right on. I support that. All right, Dylan, what do you got?
Well, I struggle in both the seasons. Winter and summer, I'm like, I don't know if you guys have known, I'm allergic to the hot and the cold. And you see everyone's laughing at me. It's a disaster all the time. I love fall. It's a little cold, a little warm. I feel safe for like 3 weeks of the year. And the rest of it.
It sounds like you're as genetically blessed as David Mitchell.
Exactly, yeah.
I have a support group I can put you in contact with.
Please. It's just a perfectly heat-controlled room.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. This is a weird question to ask because he's actually not here. But one of the questions submitted, which is funny, is what sport is Seb not good at? And so you guys have, if you've seen Seb on the field, he's unfortunately as good at basketball as he is football. Anyways, it's ridiculous. Does anyone have any? So I'm going to go Shauna, Dana, and Dylan.
Seb is not good at cheerleading, and it's a sport.
Thank you, Shauna, and hopefully Seb doesn't watch this video too long and get to this point. Dana.
As much as he is great at basketball, I have beaten him at basketball, and I am not good at basketball, so that says something.
All right. Is there a chance that potentially he was taking it easy on you, or there's no possibility?
I don't know. It was pretty competitive.
Okay. And Dylan.
Well, we all saw it. It's a bit of a controversial topic. Seb is technically bad at spot. If you have to cheat to win, he's bad at it.
I agree.
And he cheated.
You're not wrong. Hopefully we'll have Seb on our next chat, and maybe we'll ask him some questions about Dylan's hair or Shauna's age or something to kind of balance the skills for Seb or something. You'll get your chance, Seb. You'll get your chance, I promise.
All right. Here.
This is a really good, easy question. Where is the best place on camp? So who wants to answer this? We got Pat, Kai Man, and David Mitchell. So
as many people know, I love swimming and I love the lake. It's like amazing to go to this lake where there's like, I don't know, it's always clean, it's always beautiful. The water is warm 40% of the time, and it's just fun. I enjoy going there. I enjoy like activities there. Yeah, it's great.
Sweet. I think I said Kai next.
I like 40% of the time. That's a great statistic. So the greatest spot on camp hasn't been experienced by many yet because we just built it this fall. It is a beautiful timber framed, made from our local lumber, composting, eco-friendly outhouse located right at the south end of the farm. It's beautiful. Check it out as soon as you get up there. If you have to go to the bathroom before getting on the bus to go to camp, hold it. It'll be worth it because you're going to have the experience of a lifetime at this composting outhouse.
I'm just wondering how we get like a little disclaimer. Please do not hold it for an hour. Just like right along the bathroom, on the bottom. So if I understand correctly, your favorite place on Camp Kai is a washroom.
It's more than a washroom, Dane. It's an experience, like I mentioned. It's socially conscious. It's aesthetically pleasing. It probably will even smell good because of the way that it's been designed. So
the locally sourced wood, it doesn't hurt, right?
You just plug in yourself there. Hey, guy, you designed it. It's just so aerodynamic that the smell just flies away.
It's the craft.
Aerodynamics,
You know what?
airflow.
You're joking, but it's true. The vent is black, and what that does, James, is as you may know, dark colors tend to attract the sun, and so it will heat up and create a thermal draft effect, pulling all of the scent right out of the place where you make your deposits.
I have been thoroughly schooled, and I rescind my comment. I apologize.
All right. Okay. I miss the good old days where the responses were like, the lake, jelly bean. David, why don't you go ahead and help us?
I'm going to change my answer now after hearing that. I don't think I can go with what my original answer was. That was too beautiful not to change my mind. But before I change my mind, what I was originally going to say was I feel like for me, a clear winner is the waterfall trail. Like it's just so for anyone who doesn't know, if it's any like prospective staff members or campers, or maybe parents who haven't been able to check it out, the waterfall trail is this trail we have through the woods at one part of our camp that kind of connects the like sports area / pool area up to the lake. And the reason it's called the waterfall trail is because it follows this nice little sort of like stream river offshoot that comes from the lake down then through our camp. And about halfway up, there's this one spot where there's actually like we have this actual like mini waterfall, and not only is it beautiful, but you can actually go and swim in it too, and like sit up against the waterfall. And so getting there is really fun because it's like a cool little hike through the woods. And then once you're actually there, it's, I think, the most beautiful spot on camp.
Sweet. Yeah, I think I would agree with you. I mean, after listening to Ty describe it, I mean, I'm gonna probably drive up after this and go experience that outhouse for myself. But yeah, no, I definitely think the waterfall trail has been like a staple of beauty, and it's great for selfies. As some of you know, I'm looking at you, Em. All right, so before we continue, just for anyone who's tuned in while this has been going on, I just want to remind you, feel free to go ahead and press that subscribe button. Also, you can submit your questions to us live on YouTube. So if you're watching, you can go ahead and pop your questions up anytime. We still have a few more questions that we're going to go through, but I know everyone here would love to answer some on-the-fly questions, and that would be great. My next question is for you, Ali. So Ali, you have been one of the I think, I don't know if it's a statistic, but one of the youngest staff members at camp for 2 years in a row. Usually, your second year, you don't hold on to that crown. It's it doesn't usually work that way. But what's that experience been like for you? How's that been?
I thought it was really funny that I was the youngest staff for 2 years. It just happened. And but one thing that I really like is how even if you're younger, everyone's like really included in everything, and then you're not really seen as younger, which I really think is pretty cool, because if I was seen as younger, I don't think I'd like it as much, but I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. Sweet,
good answer. I miss the days when I was even remotely perceived as young. Now it's been years since I was even perceived as young, and so now I'm a little bit jealous of you, Ali. I think I was second place this summer. If it wasn't for you being there, it probably would have been me that was the youngest, but not important. All right, I got a fun question for everyone. What was your favorite so far? What was your favorite color war theme or colors? So this is, this does, brook some thought. And see Dana, and then we're gonna go James, and then we'll go Laura. So favorite color or theme, or the colors, if you just don't remember what was the theme.
Back before there was themes, when I was a camper, we did purple and yellow, and it got super competitive. We played capture the flag at night, like it was all out, and purple won. Was my team. It was great. That's still the top one for me.
Sweet, love it. James, you're muted.
I am. Great start. For me, like the one that jumps out, I've never won a color war. I'm going to turn this into a little therapy session for me. And but the one that jumps out in my mind was when we did like mythological beasts, and I was on Team Dragon. Just the energy on it was like fantastic, and I just remember our uniforms. We had the best like shirts ever, because I know that Jenny like did this outline for a dragon. Everyone had spray painted dragons on their shirts and like smaller dragons on their shoulders. It was easily the most aesthetically pleasing like team to look at. Yes, I think we came in like a hard second, but I'll take it. But it felt so cool to be able to like rep a creature and not just a color. But yeah, that's what like stood out for me.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, some people are there to win and some people are there to look the best, you know, and it's different for everyone.
Well, you know what,
whether
Dane?
it's-
We can't always. You know what? I'm not even going to respond. I can't respond. I'm going to get too heated, and this is going to become a negative experience.
I feel your pain, James.
Self-control is very important. Laura,
Somehow
why
I
don't
wanted
you?
you to, Dane. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Well, I've only ever experienced one color war, so that's the one I'm going to talk about. But I am very happy that I got there, and that our team, I only found out later, was actually the first time that Dane wasn't on the winning team in a long while. So that was a nice little boost.
Yeah.
Our
I
color
picked
war.
you because I thought you wouldn't go there.
I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I was super happy. It was such a cool experience. I had never ever seen or done anything like that in my entire life, and it was so cool to see all of the campers get really into it. The chants, it was Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, who were the Greek gods, and so that was super cool, running it in different areas at night, trying to get things up and running. It was intense. And then we had just the scenes at the Bell before we went for food and things like that were insane. It was like these really cool masterpiece plays, and and the kids really got into it, and honestly that was like probably the coolest experience I've ever
It's
had
funny that
at
you
camp.
it's funny that you would say masterpiece plays because I really didn't feel like I saw so many of those, you know, when Hades wasn't performing. It was a bit lower quality. No more questions at this time. I'm just
I
kidding.
agree with you.
We
I
really
agree.
got into it, especially since one of them, I remember I was with I forget who it was playing a creature, and I accidentally hit him for real because I got so into it. And later on I apologized, and he was like, "Oh, don't even worry, like I didn't even notice, like it was fine." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm glad that didn't hurt you, because that was a real stick and I hit you pretty hard."
Color War is about community, friendship, getting together, working as a team.
Empowerment, really. There's just so many opportunities for us to grow as staff and campers. I'm going to interject because Tyler Como is watching, and I think a lot of you know Tyler Como, and Tyler Como's been coming to camp forever. I remember back when he was in the juniors. Yeah, so just feel free to go ahead and give Tyler a wave. But Tyler's question was, you know, how has COVID been treating you guys? So we had like a little bit of a similar question, but I'll just take like one or two more answers from someone different who didn't respond before. So how is COVID treating you guys? Who wants to grab this one? Dylan.
Oh, it's been pretty good. I'm working at a high school, and it's like a smaller high school, so all the kids are there every day, and they're really funny. So it kind of gives me like a camp vibe. There's like really not that many kids there, so they're there every day, and they're a bunch of jokesters, and we're all like in a weird like situation. So we like make a lot of COVID, like make fun of it, make light of it a lot, because as you do, and it's nice. It's just nice to be around like a bunch of people, because I know it's like sometimes you can't because of work, and it's fun.
Perfect. Sweet. Thanks. Shauna, you want to grab that one?
Sure. Yeah, how's COVID been doing for me? COVID was really hard at first. You know, sort of everything stopped, and it took a little while for things to get adjusted and for things to start, you know, moving again in terms of like work and delivering services to people that I work with, because I work a lot in community. And I think early on too is really stressful because there were so many unknowns, like, you know, up until May 24th, I believe it was. We didn't know if camp could go or not last summer. So super anxiety provoking, and you always sort of felt like you were living in uncertainty and someone else was in control of your life. And that's a bit of an awkward feeling sometimes. But I'm super grateful that I get to be back at work, and I get to still, it sort of feels normal when I'm at work, even though we all walk around with masks and sign in and out, and I sanitize my hands 5,000 times a day. But it still feels kind of normal because at least I'm with kids and with people at work. So I think that's how I'm doing. If that answers that.
Great, thanks. Thanks for that question. And Tyler also messaged us to say that he misses us. And I think I can speak for everyone when I say that we miss you too, Tyler. Hope that you are doing well in your family, and make sure you let everyone know that we say hi. We got a little bit of a love message here from Nusha B that says, so nice to hear that Dane was not on the winning team. I'm going to choose to let these kinds of comments just kind of slide off my back, 2021 is coming, and if there is any doubt, rest assured I will be back on the winning team. I have no doubt there will be some form of a purple color and competing, and we will win. Along that note, I'll answer. I got another question that was submitted from one of our old staff members, really, really old, and it says, Dane, why do you wear your hat like that? So if you've noticed, in the last 30 videos, I've had my hat slightly ajar, and there's not that much of a story to it, but I will share. So this hat was knitted so I was working with a youth group, and this hat was knitted or crocheted, I think, I'm not even sure, by a youth member. And so it's one of my favorite hats because, I love when young people, kids, teens make me stuff. I'm surprisingly sentimental, very surprisingly, very sentimental. And so I love to wear this hat, but in the summer, it can get too hot, or wearing it indoors can get too hot. So I put it on half my head so that there's air circulation on the other side. So I'm never overheating, but it works out with COVID because sometimes I have my mask, and instead of keeping it on my wrist where it could get dirty and infected, I have my mask hanging by my ear and it doesn't come off in the wind because of the hat. It's not very exciting, but it is for me. It's like a life hack. And I have plenty more of those if you're interested. And so thank you for that question. Kai, we got a question specifically for you. And the question is, what are the plans? What plans does the farm have for 2021? What kind of things are we looking forward to?
Well, I'm glad to get another chance to talk about my outhouse and I'm glad you asked because it's a great thing to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. In terms of the plans that the farm has for 2021, we're actually working on our updated curriculum right now. And so that's really exciting. We're getting lots of very fun, very informative new lesson plans. We built aside from the compost, the toilet, we built a cold room that allows us much more space to keep our vegetables. So we're planning to keep growing ever more and ever more exciting vegetables. And what else? Farm Camp 2021 is gonna happen. It's gonna be lit as usual. And if anything else pops up, I will chime in. But that's what comes to mind for now.
Are we thinking of a livestock at all? I don't know.
Definitely on the table. I think it'll just depend, what camp in general looks like. We loved having the pigs 2 years ago, and that's something that we'd love to have again if it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I need some more more support. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and just make some noise for this idea that I'm going to spring. I really want a goat. Now, I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I don't have reasons why, but I think that if we have a goat, that just kind of cements us as the #1 camp in Canada. And all it takes is for us to have a goat. I'm thinking that goat could be part of the promotional material that goes out. Maybe instead of hampers on the cover of pamphlets, just the goat, you know, and maybe just eating grass or I don't know, goat stuff.
The reason is very simple, Dane. I mean, Caribbean people like goat, and this is a long established fact. I share that taste. I actually just had a goat curry last night. It was outstanding. I'm gonna try my hand at making a roti later, which is always a struggle, but we'll see how it goes. And my spirit is wholeheartedly with you. The great thing about goats too is they have great personalities. They're funny. They're willful.
Mhm.
They're a pain, but in a good way.
Yeah, a good
So
pain.
your idea is heard, and
That's-
I will pass it forward to the farm powers that be.
Thank you.
I love that you went straight from talking about how delicious they are to how great their personalities are.
Really smart animals and taste great too.
Yeah, but really, really fun. Yeah, no, maybe it's because Shauna always calls me a pain, so maybe that's the part of it. You know, it's like I think Shauna refers to me as a pain, but in a good way. So I think maybe that I am kind of like a goat in some ways, you know, and you know, until 2019, I was also the goat of color war. But anyways, not important. We're gonna move on. We're gonna let that go. We're gonna leave that in the past.
Full circle. Eh?
Full circle, connecting it all. It's all connected. I'm gonna tie it all into the hat later on too. Anyways, so the next question is the general question: best dining hall meal or experience? So maybe you've had the best memory in the dining hall or the best meal. Who wants to grab this question? Emily, Ali, and James.
Okay, so Dana and I actually talked about this like a few days ago, and we just so Dane took the squirrels counselor Ariel and switched her out for me in the dining hall. So we switched seats and we just all went with it. Ariel was like, I'm the junior section head and like giving orders. And then I was the squirrels counselor. There was like 8 kids on me. I was feeding them and we just like went along with that whole scenario for all of lunch. And there's a meme that Dane made and it was hilarious. So that was just like one of the most awkward and like random times. We all just went along with it. It was totally normal for us. It was a good experience.
That was like that's one of my favorite memories as well. I think I said Ali next, or I'm putting you on the spot. We'll see what happens.
I raised my hand, but I honestly don't know anymore. I lost my answer. But I think one of my favorite meals would have to be the chicken burgers. I always love eating them, even though, yeah, I don't know, they're just really good.
You're a very simple person to please. Had quite decadent meals in there, but yet the chicken burgers stood out to me.
I couldn't think of anything else.
They're good.
Ali doesn't the chicken burgers with any condiments, is what I remember from the summer.
Oh,
that's true.
So not only do you like the chicken burgers most, plain chicken burgers. Okay, no fuss, no muss. Love it. All right, I think Dylan was the next one.
Was it?
Oh no, it was James. It was James. Sorry.
And you actually you just pointed directly at me. That was like from my point of view. Bravo, sir.
You're good, James.
For me, like it was. I remember it vividly. It was a meal. It was like this pasta kind of stroganoff deal that was like beef, and I talked to everyone about it, and no one thinks it was as good as I think it was. It was fantastic, and I like ate so much. I didn't feel great afterwards because of how much, and I don't usually eat that much during meals at camp. Clarify that. But it was so delicious, and it was like I was so like we've had amazing meals at camp for sure, but I just remember this and I think about it at least once a month, I would say.
Okay, so, that's fair. All right, so we got the plain chicken burgers and
I just found a better one. I really like Maria's mac and cheese. That's really good. It was my favorite meal.
I'm genuinely surprised he could outdo plain chicken burgers. David Mitchell.
I have to give 2 quick honorable mentions. So for the meal, I mean, I feel like we have to mention the Christmas Day meal that we do. We do like your full on like turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, all of that. Which not only is the food great, but it's also like, we create this sort of like Christmas spirit at the camp, which is really fun. But also one of my favorite dining hall memories are like, I guess a bunch of them all are around. One of kind of the saddest days at camp, leaving day, But on the morning of leaving day, we do this really fun tradition where whenever we're in the dining hall having breakfast before all the kids leave on the bus, we sing. We don't just sing, we yell every possible camp song we can. And, you know, we're all in the dining hall, we're singing as loud as we can. Kids are standing up on the benches. We're doing like every chant in the book. And it's, you know, I feel like everything, we can't just sort of do a leaving day, you know, like normally. It has to be very like extra and fun and crazy. So yeah, that's some of my favorite memories. It's just like that last sort of send off of like everyone like singing, just, you know, that last little bit of like camp before everyone has to leave.
All right, great stuff. So we went up to quite a few people watching us. So, you know, I'm very glad that this is being received well. We got a lot of comments. Ali apparently has extra knowledge about goats that might come into play, and Andrew Modric is also voted for the goat. Someone also asked about my hat on the side of my head. And so just to save time, you're going to have to rewatch this. It will be available to watch afterwards. But we did address that. I don't want Andrew Modric to come back and insult me for talking about my hat multiple times. All right. So next question is, what is next year's 2021 color war theme? Anyone have any ideas? So I just want to let you guys know, I have behind the scenes knowledge. The theme has already been planned. But I guess the question is, what do you guys think? What kind of direction you guys think we're going to go in? Anyone want to grab this? Dana?
We should definitely do like a Jurassic theme. So like just like giant dinosaurs. Be awesome.
Good
T-Rex
suggestion.
Is a great idea.
Team T-Rex. I think it's going to get pretty intense. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit like, I feel like now anyone else's ideas, they're just going to be written down by other camps. Like other camps are going to watch this and they're just going to like be writing all this stuff down that we do. Like,
I'm sorry, I take it back. It's
no. It's like, this is basically a conference for other camps. Not important. Anyone else have any ideas of what the next year's theme could be?
I say we go back to basics. Just color.
How do I remove from call? All right. Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure maybe, yeah. We'll just go really simple. Yellow and green, maybe. Very exciting.
Right.
We're team yellow.
And then you
all
get
the way
like
back to all the way back to two teams.
How many people are? Sorry.
So yeah, back to two teams. What were you saying, Dylan?
Nothing. Switch up and do like maybe like each team can have like a little territory of camp, and then it benefits you at different times.
Ooh, like Risk.
Like Battleship.
Exactly.
Battleship?
Dibs on the compost toilet.
That's the throne you get to sit in when you win, David. Obviously.
You can just forget about that.
The compost toilet is not used for war, but for peace times. All right. Next question. Which special day is the best? Has been the best? Kai, Pat, and Shauna? Kai.
I think my all-time favorite was when we did Peter Pan. It was just epic. I don't know. It was fun.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Pat?
I had so much fun doing Jurassic Park Day. Like it was a blast. It was so like all the activities were cool. Kids were getting into it. I have a special love for dinosaurs. So yeah, it was like, it was amazing. Enjoyed it. Loved it.
All right, Shauna.
I have this memory of when I was senior section head not very long ago, when we did like a fairy tale theme, and at every station it was a fairy tale, and there was an elaborate play that happened at every station, and we even like made full-blown scenes at every station. So that house down at Site 3 was painted the gingerbread house, and that was the gingerbread theme down there, and we had the Alice's Tea Party on Upper Compound. It was phenomenal. But there's been many more phenomenal ones since then. That one just has always really stood out.
Sweet. Good one. Good. I like that one. All right. So we're down to the last 3 questions. I think they're really good ones, though. So this is like your last chance. If you have a question that we haven't answered already, you can go ahead and submit that live. And don't worry, if we've already answered the question, this will be available on YouTube forever. So you can go back, you can fast forward, you can just look for the part where your favorite staff member is responding or something like that. But yeah, feel free to go and check that out. So, okay, this one, very, very argumentative. which is the best of the major special days? So when I say major, I'm gonna say Carnival, Halloween, Christmas. Which is the best? Ali, Dylan, and James.
Color War. I think I love the fact that it's very competitive, and I'm pretty competitive myself, and I like how everyone becomes like everyone works together to gain points and stuff, and yeah, and the screaming, and yeah, that's fun.
All right, Dylan.
Well, I appreciate the passion and ignoring Dane. Both two things. But I would definitely go. I'd go Carnival. It's something in the air in Carnival. Like everyone's just in a good mood. It's like the setup's always like wild. Like I remember a couple years ago, there's a couple things that went wrong and everyone was stressed. And even like when it happens, it's just fun. There's nothing but fun that goes on for 3 hours. It's unparalleled. People throw money, and I remember Lawrence throwing money off of the bathroom building in a suit for no reason just to do it. There's always a dance party. It's just they really put a carnival in the middle, and you can't like imagine what it is until you experience it. But it's something gets you.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of hype for Christmas, and I think oftentimes other special days are
Mainstream
just like
hype. You gotta remember.
overshadowed. but Carnival, underground Carnival,
Yeah.
it's got like an underground following, you know, that just respects it.
Tyler Collodi, Pyrotechnics, will always be one of my highlights of camp.
A hero. He's a hero.
He's a hero, Tyler. Tyler, if you're watching this, if you ever see this, you're a hero. Was it James? Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's like I think I do agree with Dylan. Like I feel like Carnival's like a sleeper. But I'm gonna have to go with Christmas. Just like getting up early while I was the section head and like going into the tribes and like having water gun fights and having Nerf gun fights and it's just such a great time, and just to see all the campers with like their gifts and just being so excited for this amazing day that we have planned, because they're either telling our new campers what's going to happen about the slip and slide, about what like the whole breakdown of the day, or the returning campers are so pumped because they know exactly what's planned. Well, they don't know exactly because everything's kind of changes, but they're aware of like the excitement and the format of the day, and it's just really cool to see the hype build it like from like 7 a.m. all the way to the end of the day.
That's fair. All right, I got an easy one.
What James said. I saw a picture yesterday. It reminded me of it. Like one thing that like James made me change my mind Christmas. I think we've all been appreciating it. Just talking about camp is when. It's recent, I think, the last like 3 or 4 years, but kids have started to come with like nice outfits for real. And it is my favorite thing to walk in the tribes and like see all the kids like hyping each other up. They're like getting them all dappered, and like they're getting each other. They're trading colognes and stuff. It's the best. They go up for no reason too. Like, but it's fantastic.
Oh, are we still calling Axe cologne or?
I mean, on Christmas we are.
It really just reminds me of like senior boys like dance day. They're like ready. They're wearing like those 2-day-old pants, but like a brand new shirt with a collar, and they're like, yeah, can't get better than this.
I love it. That is quite memorable. All right, so we've got this question submitted. This one's intense, okay? And it says, if you could bring back any staff member from the past to work at Camp Amy Molson in 2021, who would you bring? So I saw Dana, then Dylan, then Emily.
Can Dylan go first?
Dylan is shaking his head. You guys just wanted to answer, but you did not think.
Go ahead.
I would bring back Addison. Personally, he was a great role model and a leader, and I miss him a lot. I only got to work with him 1 year, but 1 year he was the training director. Was he? Yeah. So that was great. He's a good guy. Yeah.
Sweet. Dylan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Addison too. He was like, you don't realize it until like you're older how like good someone like is at like molding you, and especially when you're young. And like he definitely like helped me like a bunch staying at camp. And hopefully he doesn't watch, but I would really love if Andrew Modric came back. I love that guy.
All right, Emily, Addison or someone?
Dylan actually stole my answer, Andrew Modric. I still am not over him like I haven't processed it in my brain yet that he's not going to be here next summer. And I texted him yesterday and I was like, what, how, I just don't know how I'm going to survive without you. He promises he's going to visit, but we'll have to see if that comes true in the summer. But I said that we're all going to go on a road trip to Thunder Bay. I'm not sure if he knows, but we're all going to go. So you're all invited.
I'm busy that weekend, but Zoom would work for me. I got to answer this question. I haven't really answered anything except for my hat, but for me, it's Bobby Como. Bobby Como is like a staple of Camp Amy Molson, and like a lot of the people watching at some point they either worked with him or they were campers when he was there. And Bobby's a lot. Bobby's like beans, a lot of like dressing up, a lot of like Meghan Trainor songs, Backstreet Boys skits. Like there's so much. In fact, I had someone come for an interview with me a couple of years ago, and they expected Bobby to be here because Bobby is in so many of my profile pics. He's in like 10 or 15 of my profile pics on Facebook. So when they were stalking me, they just kept seeing Bobby. So then I opened the door and they were just like, oh my gosh, who are you? You're Dane? They thought they were talking to Bobby the whole time, and we were like going back and forth with email. But to have Bobby back for like 2021, that would be amazing. All right, another good question. This is the second to last one is, what do camp staff do together outside of the summer season? So when camp staff members hang out with each other, if they hang out with each other, what do they do? So anyone want to grab this one? Any of you social butterflies? Dana.
Like there's nothing like really in particular, but there's one thing that always comes up, even if you're calling someone like on the phone or just like texting them. Camp always comes up in the conversation. You could be having a serious heart-to-heart conversation and then color war comes up and you're like, yeah. And then you're talking about memories for like 5 years ago and you're like, no, that was last year. Like there's no way it's been that long.
Yeah.
And yeah, so movies as well. I feel like movies is a huge thing. Marathons, when it's all kosher again, it's happening. So
yeah, I've gotten so many messages already about when the next Dane and James marathon is going to happen, and I'm like, you guys understand? This is like November, and we're like in the heart of like the pandemic, and people are like, so December maybe? Shauna, I saw your hand.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, my closest friends still come from when I was a staff member at camp, and so I still hang out with Shauna and Tanya and Jen, and still to this day, I don't think we've worked at camp together for 20, okay, maybe not 20 years, but it's been a long time. And camp still manages to come up. Jen and I were just talking about how when we retire, we're gonna go take over a camp somewhere and be co-camp directors again. So it's the topic that never ends.
I love that you said somewhere and not my camp.
Yeah. I just didn't want to be offensive.
That really defeats retiring.
Some camp. Look out, Waro. We're down. Kanawana, she's coming with Jen. They're old and they're angry and they want your camp. All right, Dylan.
Me, yeah.
You put up your hand, eh?
Yeah, well, if no one else has one, I'll do it. I think you get like a certain comfort when you like work with like people in the summer. So like you guys, and like during the year, you can do stuff that like you wouldn't necessarily do with friends you've known for like a couple years. So I feel like I don't have like a specific answer, but like you get to do more. Like me and David went on like a really long road trip one time, not knowing each other long enough to do that. We and I think a lot of time pranks too come up. We do a lot of pranks during the summer, and then sometimes if the opportunity's there during the year. You don't get to do that with like friends anymore. So I feel like camp people are the only ones I get to do pranks with. So try to fit those in when I can.
Sweet. Thank you guys. All right. So we're going to end on a really high note. So before I shamelessly push next weekend's the snow day. But in honor of the season, what do you guys think is the best, greatest Christmas movie of all time? Who wants to? Pat, Emily, David? James, go for it, Pat.
Now, there are some people that will tell you that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. They are incorrect. It is the best Christmas movie. You have a hero saving Christmas for a group of individuals. It can't get any more festive than John McClane. It's It's the best.
There's a lot of Christmas relevance to it, but I also think what I like is CAM's values there. You know, the sense of community and empowerment in that Christmas movie, and so you know,
A lot of respect, a lot of safety, a lot of cooperation. It's fantastic.
All right, Emily.
Okay, so this is the only movie. I only have one DVD Blu-ray, and it's this Christmas movie that I own in my whole entire life. It's Elf. I think it's just the best movie ever. Will Ferrell. I may have played it for my students twice last week. It is hilarious. They look forward to Elf Fridays. It's great. It's hilarious.
Do they look forward to seeing the movie over and over again?
Yay, Elf Friday
In November.
June.
It's a hit. You guys should all try it, Elf Fridays. But it makes me laugh every time, and really great family movie too.
All right, David Mitchell. Yeah, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Rudolph, the like claymation movie from like forever ago. That's got to be like, I was gonna say Die Hard, but it's been said, so I'd have to say Rudolph. It's a classic.
Second place is Rudolph. To me, it panders a little too much to the Christmas theme as opposed to you know, just being aligned with it. All right, James.
I'm gonna have to say A Christmas Story. It's like it's a movie that I feel like it has something for everybody. Like when I watched it when I was like, I don't know, 7, like it was just hilarious and it was just fun to watch. And then as I've watched it with my family like years ago, like it had something for when I was like 15 and I laughed, you know. It's just wholesome and a fun, well-spirited movie, and I think it really stands up to the test of time. So if you haven't seen A Christmas Story, check it out for sure. Sponsored.
Perfect. All right. Thank you guys so much for being part of this. I certainly had a blast doing it with you guys. I think that we'll do this again if you know, if the views are high and stuff. Then we'll come back and we'll do another one of these. But I think it's really cool for, you know, parents, campers, other staff to see you guys outside of, you know, summer and in a different perspective as we talk about toilets and Die Hard and Addison multiple times, as well as my hat. You know, there's something for everyone. So obviously you guys are all planning to be part of next weekend's the snow day. And so just a real recap is so basically Saturday, December 19th, we're having our CAM Forever a Christmas event, holiday event, whatever you want to call it. At noon, we're going to have an Ask Me Anything with Santa. So we're going to be collecting your questions for Santa, and Santa is going to be with us, and we're going to be live on YouTube. It's going to be amazing. We're also going to have some elves with Santa. So that's going to be something to look forward to and something that's very exciting. At 3 p.m., get ready for the hottest new game show in town, Point Break. And that's going to be with myself and James as your host. There is so many opportunities to win prizes. You're going to want to make sure you're part of that. An email went out yesterday, and so you'll get the Zoom link in there, but we'll also make sure it's available on our social media. And last but not least, Patrick Millette has written and directed original screenplay called The Great Gift Off, and that's happening YouTube. It's going to be a YouTube premiere at 7 p.m. on Saturday. So that's 3 things going on. We got an Ask Me Anything, we've got a game show, and we got a original screenplay from Patrick. In addition to all that, we have our snowman building contest, which I can see is a little bit hard if you don't live, you know, wherever Ali lives. But you know, feel free to go ahead and find some snow, buy some snow, make some snow, or just be creative and submit your picture of your snowman. As creative as you are, you have an opportunity to win a grand prize. And I've taken the liberty of asking Santa if he can announce our grand prize winner. So the deadline is going to be 11 a.m. next Saturday, and Santa is going to announce it during the Ask Me Anything next week. That's it for us, guys. We love you very much. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you really enjoyed this. And on behalf of everyone, since there's so many people to say, you know, individually buy, we're just going to all unmute ourselves and say bye and wave, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.